Hello, my name is Red Alexander Hamilton, and I'm an artist from Houston, Texas. I was thinking earlier this morning about my life, and I'm kind of at a place where I have the want for a lot of things in my life, but I guess I'm at a place where I have a lack of motivation. I've spent the last 10 years of my life trying to be a professional artist. I've written 4 books. I've recorded, I'm almost done recording my 3rd album. I've painted. I've done everything that, I've done everything that I could really want to do. I love this. This is when I create. It's the closest I think you can be to a higher power and to God. When you're creating, you're the closest to your Creator. But we live in a world that needs money. I mean, you have to have money to do anything, to make anything.
I know Harley is going to ask me what I spent, how much I spent, do I have any money?
Did you go to the store?
Yeah.
Where's the receipt? Did you put it in a thing?
I don't know.
How much did you spend? Huh?
80.
Is that the truth? Or is that a lie? So did you spend more than that? Can you give me the debit card back, please? Thank you. I hate it when you lie about the money. Why don't you tell me? You might as well, because I find out every time anyways.
Might as well nothing, because when I do tell you, you do nothing. You're like not sympathetic about it.
Okay, because you
In
don't.
my mind, it's gonna go away,
But
and you're never gonna find out.
But I always come back with it.
I know, but in my mind, it's just gonna go away.
You've always been there for me. I'm always gonna be here for you. But God, it sucks. Everybody tells me you ain't gonna leave her anytime we argue or something, because everybody knows we're gonna stay together, and that's all there is to it. We just gotta hopefully work this out eventually, somehow, before I lose you.
Sometimes you'd be better off.
No.
Just do it. So now I feel like I'm gonna have to tell you something.
What do you gotta tell me?
I took a little bit of money out of the bank.
How much?
Do I have to give it back?
Depends.
I want to ask for no more money if you let me keep it.
How much is it?
3.
300?
But I'll give you your 65 back.
Hold on, you took out 300 and you want to give me 65 back?
Yeah, please.
For what?
Please. For, the Vicodin.
And what am I supposed to say? I can't ever tell you no.
So, Kidder?
The only thing I can say is you're not going to get no more money, but I know you're going to come after more money, though.
No, I won't.
I know you're going to.
I won't.
You will.
I won't.
And I know that shouldn't be the goal. The goal should be... I don't even know what the goal should be. Should it be... I guess everyone has a different one. I guess you can want a big house and whatever or fame.
Can we forget about the things I said when I was drunk?
Or whatever. I've always wanted to be a gallery painter. I want to be published by a traditional publishing house. I want to make music with the people that I want to make music for. And and do this kind of shows that I've dreamt of as a kid.
You don't know what I would do for this. You don't know what I would do for this. You don't know what I would do for this. Oh, I'll make my name. You don't know what I would do for things. Yeah.
But I'm 30 years old now. I don't even know how to... I know Harrison Ford was a carpenter at 30. But, I mean, at least carpenters make good money. I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to adapt to the constant changes of my life. I mean, as of now, I work for... I just started a new career at Hertz, which is cool. I love working with cars. I worked at Mr. Car Wash before this, and I mean, this is great. I mean, the jobs are fine. They're great. But is it really what I want to do? Is it really what I'm trying to do? And absolutely not. I'm just trying to make enough money to fund this until my breakthrough. I just feel like I've chased this breakthrough for so long. And when you watch enough motivational videos with Tyler Perry or Steve Harvey or when you're listening to church services constantly telling you your breakthrough's on the way, it's disheartening. I mean, these are messages that have really fueled me and pushed me forward for an incredibly long time. But right now they just don't have the same sting to them. I've read the Bible. I've spent a year reading the Bible, and I guess when life gets in the way, you can forget its teachings. Now I'm at a place in my life where I feel like not only am I being run thin, it's just I'm just fine with my life. I'm fine with everything. And that's not, like, if... It's a weird place to be. Like, everything's fine. Nothing's really great. Nothing's really bad. And I'm not making this video to sound, like, sad or anything. I'm just trying to relate to anybody that's going through the same thing. That you're fine with life, but what the fuck is this? What the fuck are we doing here? I didn't make all of this crap so it could just hang on this wall. But what am I supposed to do? I can't tell you how many cold emails I've sent out to publishers, or how many. And as soon as you don't, there's nothing worse than just quiet. And we live in a post-COVID world, so you're not gonna get customer service. That doesn't exist. So I know that this, how do I say this the best that I can? Okay, here's a good point. This is a good point. In 2016, I no doubtly was going through the same thing the same feeling that I'm going through now. In 2016, there was a huge influx of SoundCloud rappers. And I had just spent 2 years recording my first album. my first. This is a big thing for me. This is the audio of a dream, of a high school dream. I used to cook. I used to work at a fast food restaurant in my small town, and at the end of the night we would clean mats, and I would just think of these songs, and I was thinking of my dream. I was dreaming up things while just hosing it down and cleaning these rubber mats that you put just grease soaked mats, and those were very elementary but very powerful times. I still remember that to this day, drawing the logos that I wanted and just envisioning this. Oh, I'm going to be an artist. I'm going to be this big artist. And now, and in 2016, I can't even tell you how much money I'd spent on it. I was working on Leaving Home Prologue. I was working on the novel that it goes to. I'm spending all this time on this. And these kids with face tattoos are becoming rich off of just basic beat pack music, and I'm sitting here just jealous. I'm so jealous. I can't even hide it. I was jealous of these kids because I feel like I was working too hard. I felt like I was if I just simpled it down and made it easier, then I don't know, then maybe if I got a face tattoo, maybe if I told my job that, hey, I'm not gonna work here until, maybe, I can't tell you how many times that if I just quit everything, had zero stability, then my breakthrough would have to come, because God would see how serious I am about this. But then, now that it's been 8 years, you realize that these kids had zero longevity. They were, it was a really, there's youthful, the youthful spark was there with Lil Peep and XXXTentacion. It's sad that these kids, it's sad that these kids died, that Lil Peep became like one of the founding fathers of fentanyl overdose.
The Pennsylvania-born rapper who went by the name Lil Peep died at the age of 21 on November 15, 2017. The rapper was on his tour bus in Arizona when he was found by his team. Lil Peep's autopsy report was released. His official cause of death was a combination of alprazolam or Xanax and fentanyl, an opioid drug used for pain management. Together, these two drugs are considered to be a fatal mixture. The autopsy report concluded that the use of those drugs by Lil Peep was accidental.
If X hadn't have died, he would most likely be in prison now.
Very detailed allegations are now coming out against XXXTentacion, the Florida rapper. slash SoundCloud rapper, came out with 17 not too long ago. You guys may have caught my review of that. And the story that we're talking about here mostly centers around the allegations that he is going to be going to court for in October. Okay, and this is pretty much everything to do with the woman who has accused him of physically abusing her. You know, there's been talk of her being pregnant, but X and people from his side of the, argument are, saying she wasn't in fact pregnant.
But if we're going to look at the other two ones, we have Lil Pump and we have Lil Xan. I think we can see the blueprint of what it's like when you're not going through these seasons in your life where you find value in your work, when life is just fine and you have to pretty much say, no, this is my shit, this is my dream. And even if I'm broke, I'm still going to be doing this. Even if I have to work at a rental car place and work 6 days a week, I'm still going to make my move. I'm still going to keep making my moves until that breakthrough happens, no matter how long it takes. I think when it comes to artists like Lil Pump, who's had pretty much zero longevity.
Is Lil Pump actually an artist? Is he a rapper that is truly worth taking seriously? The border between being a musician and being a meme. Plus, there's a bunch of weird lyrics on this track about, like, women or some girl in particular smelling bad, which, I mean, like, just the sight of this cover smells bad. Like, clearly Pump has gone nose blind to his own bullshit on this thing.
Lil Xan, I actually do like a lot of songs. He did have some good ones. I think the first verse of his big one, well, I don't even know the name of it. Betrayed. I think the first verse of Betrayed is phenomenal. I think the flow is super great. But the second verse is weak as hell. I think he had one great verse. I think Slope was really cool too. I like that one too, but I don't think it's very good now. I think Lil Xan is a really good like figurehead for me to make my point. With his G-Wagon. Lil Xan had a G-Wagon, and when he got it, I remember the first time that I saw it, and it was on the H3H3 podcast, and they were kind of just talking shit about him. Like, he had gotten into a fight. He was like yelling at somebody in a gas station. Like, look at my car, look at my car.
Yeah. Look at my car. Yeah. Look at your car, you little bitch. My car.
So imagine being so unintimidating that you can point a fucking gun at someone and not faze them.
Yeah,
like this guy was so unfazed by having a gun pointed at him by what seems to be someone who is constantly under the influence and unpredictable. Get out! I got a gun!
Look at my car.
Really? That's it?
Look at
my car?
What a fucking asshole.
Dude, you and everyone in LA has a nice car, dude. You're not the only one with a nice car. I see this car. This is like every other car that's Mercedes in LA.
Yeah.
Look at my car. My gun obviously doesn't intimidate you.
And I remember that. And I remember being jealous because I was driving a Chevy Sonic, and I'm in my late 20s, and this dude's got a G-Wagon at before he was even 20 years old. And then I saw him like scratch the shit out of it on Instagram. He was like, look at look at what my managers made me do or something like that. I don't even remember what it was, but he was in a parking garage and just like keyed the hell out of it.
And I don't film it or nothing.
In addition to this, Lil Xan would take out a loan to purchase a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, the price of which starting at around $130,000.
I'm about to get a G-Wagon.
Nice.
My favorite car, dream car.
Now, if we ignore the fact that Lil Xan would go on to key his own car whilst angry at a later date,
I just did this to my car.
Scratched it, keyed it up, I just bought it. Keyed all the way.
the levels of stupidity for this purchase go pretty deep. Taking out a loan to buy a car? Moron. Taking out a loan to buy a luxury car just to flex on social media? Double moron. Taking out a loan to buy a luxury car just to flex on social media whilst working in a creative profession where you could fall off at any moment? Triple moron.
Yo, welcome to Darth Vader. This is my new whip. She's like a 9 out of 10. She ain't like a 10. But she's pretty bad. This is my first car.
I was like, why does he... G-Wagons are pretty dope. I won't even lie about that, but... I don't know. It was just jealousy. That's what it was. Like, dude, you had one good verse and a few face tattoos, dude. Like, you're... Like, why... Like, why do you have this life, man? Then, a few years ago, like maybe like a year or two ago, I saw this video on him. His car was taken from his manager. When he got the G-Wagon, his manager had to co-sign for it. And because he has such a crappy worth ethic, even though he paid off a lot of the vehicle, and I think he had like $30,000 left to pay on it, which really shouldn't even be that hard to pay, like with the kind of money that he was making.
Dad's trying to get 30 grand out of him to finish up the balance on the G-Wagon, and
G-Wagon,
he don't got 30 grand for it.
30 grand when he had who knows how much money at one
that's
point.
A reality
Like,
I will cut my arm off if Lil Xan has $30,000.
But he kept spending it on drugs. So his manager ended up taking it. So the last I even heard about this G-Wagon, he didn't even have it anymore.
In the Instagram livestream, Lil Xan would also reveal that his manager had taken the G-Wagon from him, as Lil Xan still owed $30,000 on it, which Lil Xan would state was unreasonable, as he had paid for the majority of it.
Also, he took my car away too, that I paid the majority of the money, and now he wants $30,000 of the remaining money to pay it off, which I paid, literally, it's all my money in the car, and he won't give it to me.
Without $30,000 to take full ownership of his G-Wagon, a declining follower count across each of his social media platforms, and no new music in over 7 months, it seems like this could possibly be the end for Lil Xan's career.
So I spent this whole time, I've spent so many of my years and it's not just it's not just SoundCloud rappers that made me feel this way. It was just, I guess a lot of people, like film artists, they see people's TikToks blow up, or some kid, and I have no problem with there's enough room at the table for everyone to eat. It was just, it's funny to look back in my life and look at my career that has been made with love and something. It's every single piece is something that I really care about, and I can tell you what was going on with everything in my life, with every single piece. And just to see these microwave successes, these people that throw something in and then they have a hot meal, and it always ends up burning their tongue. That's pretty lame. But you know what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't really know the point of this video. Just don't be... Your breakthrough is gonna come. That's the point of this video. Is that everyone has a breakthrough. And no matter how long it takes, if you just keep going, keep putting in the time and the love into everything that you do, someone's going to see it. Someone has to see it. This is just human nature. It's human nature to be across the country and go into a Walmart and see somebody from your high school. It's weird shit like that. The whole, it happens every day. I saw a YouTube ad this morning that said that there are and he said, it's a fact. There are 1,700 new millionaires every day. So, it's a fact. But you're gonna learn things too, I think. There's new things that you're gonna learn, and it takes time. You have to be, if it wasn't for my first novel getting rejected, it's ass out of it. It's still getting rejected. But if it wasn't for that, I would have never started painting. If it wasn't for my dad to be an electrician, I wouldn't have ever put lights into my arts, into my pieces. And sometimes it's cool to make something quick like this. No script. Just talk. I'll just talk. Kind of talk about my mind. What's on my mind. Instead of writing a script and trying your hardest to speak to everybody who watches it. If it speaks to you, it's great. If it speaks to me, it's probably even better, right? I need some motivation, man. I definitely do. I don't want to live life fine. I want to live an exciting life. That's happy. I want to have a big Christmas with a whole bunch of kids. And I don't know. I want a house where I can paint the walls green, like a dark green, and drive a Porsche. I want to. Like, the dream's still there. Not just the material possessions, but the dreams to be a gallery artist and published by a traditional house, and to be a homeowner and to have a happy family. Fame really isn't my goal, I guess. Not anymore. Having a stupid face tattoo at age 30. Thank you, God, for letting that not happen. I'm dropping a song May 23rd. It's Kiko Mon. This is I'll put a clip in this of the mix. I'm about to get the mix done, so I'm really excited about that.
I'm about to drop 5 bills in the backwoods. Lately been filled with hate, but it's all good. My ex-girl got immaculate taste, can paint masterpieces with the waist. She does cocaine on the bad days and gets in fist fights with the hallway. She tells you she loves you and she wants to stay. Then she leave and spits in your face. Anyways, it's safe to say you dig the backseat of this black Jeep. Is tinted, lit it for a little engine, and I don't need to mention that I got suspicious. So hold it, listen. If you want to put the keys in the ignition, late night talks in the kitchen, manifesting the vision to come and get it. Tell your girlfriend dad. Tell your girlfriend dad. Tell your.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I love you.